I want to thank God for being able to get up here one more time.
We're going to be in Luke chapter 9, verse 23. And he said to them all, "If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me."
You know, that was the word that I got, is follow me. And as I done a little research there, and I come to this one, and this is the one that hung with me. You know, we have that choice each day whether to pick up that cross or not. You know, I think about myself. I don't know about nobody else, but there's been times that I didn't feel like picking up the cross, and there's been times that I've left my cross sitting and walked off and left it. But it's that choice that we have to be able to pick up that cross, and if we're packing the cross, then it's going to go a lot smoother than if we're not. And something else that had stuck with me is the other night when Jennifer was talking up here about smiling. You know, how many times have I've stood right there and not, in God's house, and I should have been smiling. When I'm packing this cross, if I'm moaning and groaning and complaining, then who's going to want to pack that cross? I mean, they got enough of that in the world. But how many times have I moaned and groaned or complained or just had the worries of the world on your mind standing there? I need to do this. I need to do that. I don't need to do nothing but just pack my cross, and the rest of it will come in its time. And if it don't come, then what does it matter anyway? You know, I've always looked at that. I've always thought about it. You know, he said, "Well, I need to get this done today." I thought, well, I'll get it tomorrow, and if there is no tomorrow, then I don't got to worry about it anyways. But how many times have I walked through this world and there's people who've seen me in that way, and now is not the time to. Now it's time to let Jesus shine. You know, to show that cross, because this world is in a bad shape. I mean, there's people that does not know about Jesus. There's people that's been taught wrong about Jesus. They truly believe what they've been taught, just like we truly believe what we've been taught. And they know no better. They live their life one way and think that they're going to make heaven their home. And if somebody's not there to tell them different, then who knows? I mean, maybe you might be their only hope. And if I don't do my part, then I'm going to be standing there with blood dripping from my hands. That's how important it is to take that cross and pack it with honor. You know, we was coming through town here a few weeks ago or something, and it ain't been that long ago, and I seen some people, they was packing a cross down the bypass. You know, they done that with honor. to show people the cross. You know, to show people Jesus. Because there's plenty of negativity in this world. A little bit of light ain't going to hurt a thing. So it's up to me and all of us of how we let our light shine. Yeah, I think I've kind of hid mine under a bushel for a little while. But with the help of the Lord, maybe I'll be able to get mine out and let it shine the way it should shine instead of halfway in, halfway out. You know, I'm still about half stuck on that boat. I think I've let one arm go, but I still got one arm on it. I mean, I can't swim too good, but I can doggy paddle. But so I'm still hanging on to the boat. But hopefully, with the help of the Lord, I'll eventually get off that boat. And I'll pack my cross the way God intended me to. Everybody goes through different struggles and battles. But somebody's got to be here for these people when they're going through these battles. Because that's a time that they could be easily lifted up or put down. I listened to a story. It's been, I guess, months ago. And there was this pastor. He'd become friends with a drunk. And that drunk told him, said, "Pastor, I'd like to learn about the Bible." He said, "I'm an alcoholic." He said, "I can't come to church like that." That pastor said, "Well, what about if we do a Bible study at your house?" And he said, "Yeah." So that preacher shows up and they start their Bible study, and he gets on into it there a little bit, and this ain't the whole story, but it gives the gist of it. And that alcoholic, he asked him, he said, "Preacher, can I drink while we're doing this?" That preacher said, "Well," he said, "it's your home. I'm just here to..." So he did. Well, later on down the story, there was one of the alcoholic's buddies showed up. And then another one. And then all in total, there was 4 of them that showed up. 4 alcoholics. And that preacher said, "Oh, God," he said, "if my congregation sees me here with this house full of drunks, what are they going to think?" But he said, "No, I've got to spread the word." And he kept on. And each one of them alcoholics laid it down and quit and give their life to God. Well, not long after that, each one of them drunks died. So, where would them drunks be at if that preacher hadn't have sat there and spent the time to show them drunks God? That's how important it is right there to follow after what God, wherever God puts you. I'm not telling you to go down here to the bar or nothing and start, but if that's where God tells you to go, then you better go. But that's how important it is right there, because where would them 4 men be at today if that preacher hadn't went in there and packed his cross and showed them? Because I'm sure that had to be rough for that preacher. Because, drunks some of them are kind of hard to be around. Some of them's real loving, some of them's aggravating, some of them wants to fight all the time. And, I can only imagine, how that preacher really felt standing there. That's how important it is to pack that cross. to follow. However, follow the path that Jesus has put you on, or God. Jesus and God. But that story has stuck with me. I mean, like I said, I heard that. It's been months ago. But I want to follow Jesus because I don't want that blood dripping from my hand. I don't want to stand in front of God and knowing that I could have saved this person from hell, but they're in hell because of my choice, because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. That's how important it is to just obey and listen and follow. To take up that cross. It says to take it up daily. It didn't say just take it up one time and it's going to be a bed of roses. But you got to take it up daily. That's why every night before I try every night to make sure that I ask God if there's anything that's between me and Him, please forgive me, because there might be something that slipped in there that I didn't catch or didn't, however. And I don't want to let that one little fox spoil my vine. Because it ain't the big ones. It's the little ones. But I want to be able to take my cross and pack it with honor. To show what Jesus has done for me. The things that He's brought me from. Because people see the difference in you. People see where you was and where you are. And then they're wondering, what to get a hold of? But now if I'm sitting over here with my head all drooped down and sad and mad and I'm discouraged, and they're going to say, well, I don't know what he got a hold of, but I don't want it. I mean, that's how important it is of the actions that we have. I know this hasn't been very long, but that's what God has laid on my heart. That's the importance. To get your cross daily and pack it with honor. Because be thankful for what He's done for you. I know He died for each and every one of us, but He still has done different things in our life for us. Things that you can't even explain. I can tell you the story of the day I wrecked that four-wheeler, but I still can't explain it to you today. I've had many a four-wheeler wrecks, and I've had bad ones, because I was always the one that wanted to show off in front of people. If they said it, you couldn't do that, I had to try it or die. And I've had lots of bad wrecks. But that day, you cannot explain what I went through. I know if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here today. Because that situation would have turned out different. But I cannot explain it to you because there's not words that fits it. The feeling that you have. But let's just remember that to pick that cross up daily and to be truly thankful for the things that God has done for us. And don't overlook the things that He's done for us. Because there's been times that a lot of times that God's done a lot for me. And I've overlooked it. And not being as thankful as I should have been for what God has done for me. Might not showed up on the right time or what, but God's time is the right time. God knows exactly when we need it. Well, let's just remember to take up that cross and to follow it. To pack it with honor. Because he packed it for us.